Hey guys, I have a hot and heavy topic today, and it's how do you know if you can father a non biological child? So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Brandon.therapist. Let's jump into it. To your own sperm to conceive a child, which really narrows the playing field to having a non biological child. And having a non biological child, it takes a lot of consideration and a lot of examining of yourself. So, we're going to go through a few things to consider and examine yourself on when it comes to fathering a non biological child. The first one are, what are the concerns? Well, we know this child isn't biologically yours, so you don't know the genetics, you don't know the makeup, you don't know their health history, and various other things. And depending on how tuned you are on your family, you probably don't know these things anyway. But because this child isn't yours, you don't know the personality, and basically there are a lot of concerns no matter what. And so now you're stuck with the decision. Do we use like a donor sperm, and then this child is at least 50% my wife and or spouse? Or do you consider another form of reproductive technology, reproductive method? And the reality of it is, it doesn't matter which one of those you choose. The concerns come up regardless. And those thoughts are something that you really have to take in consideration, but don't overthink it. Sometimes we overthink things and think the best and the worst. Don't overthink the process. The concerns are there, but they're going to be there no matter if the child is biological or non-biological. So make sure that you sit back and actually just express your concerns to your partner, and make sure you both have them clear and understanding, and that you're. The other thing I want you to do is define what fatherhood is to you. And it varies for each man, but every man wants to be the best father that they can be. I've never heard a man say, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and just fail this child. And, this child is just gonna be whatever life throws at it. No, every man wants to be the best. So you have some men who always want to be a father, and you have some men who want to be a father because their partner wants to be a parent. And now they have this vision of what it would be like to be a father. Go down that journey. What do you want to do with your child? For me, child camping. I wanted to teach him some of my hobbies, hopefully get him into sports and various other things. Amongst that, protect him, show him how to be gentle. Some of the things that we're taught that go against us. I didn't want him to come out so rugged and rough and jaded to the world that he lost the emotional care for it. So teach him how to examine his emotions and express himself, and I give him a place to express himself. So fatherhood will look different for each and every one of us. But there have been things that I've been planning that I can't wait till he gets a little bit older and age appropriate that we can do together. And those are just things that I believe are important. So it's a part of my fatherhood journey. So define what fatherhood is to you. We know the bare basics: protector, nurturer, provider. Those are the bare basics. But what do you want this child to experience? How do you want this child to experience it? How do you want to work as a family unit? Because you and your partner have to define not only fatherhood, but parenthood as well. And your partner may have some things that they want you to pass on. And In doing so, you are now defining your role as a potential father. And this also comes into what role do you plan to play as a potential father? And how do you see yourself? So really start to examine yourself. And you have to examine yourself down deeply, because if you so choose this route, it's yours. You can't give it back. And you can't mistreat a child just because they're not biologically yours. So what matters most when it comes to raising a non-biological child or biological child is what you instill in this child. This child will be yours based on what you teach the child. Whether it's skiing, traveling, basketball, football, whatever you enjoy, the child will tend to follow right along with you. So it's all about what you can instill into this child. And that's how the child will start to focus and turn out and be, because these are the things that you have taught them and trained them to be, their mannerisms, their ability to read. These are the things that starts to define the child as well as you as a father. So it's a twofold thing. You instill this into the child, and then it defines you as a father and your ability to craft and mold this child. And at that point, genetics doesn't really play a big part in it, because genetics gives us our height, weight, skin color, blah, blah, blah. But what we instill into a person plays out in everyday life. Someone's mannerism is shown in everyday life. How someone is treated at home is shown by their child through their mannerism and how they enjoy life. So don't get so caught up in the genetics of things and more of what you can instill into this child. The last and third tip that I'm going to talk about just a little bit more is, are you bringing previous experience into this? Meaning, have you ever been a non-biological child to another person, such like a step-parent, or foster, or even adoption, and that experience? Evaluate it itself if you've been through it, because that could play a part where you were adopted or had a step parent and they didn't really take to you, which is your own, which is another trauma that's different from this journey you're on, but it will affect the journey of deciding whether you can father a non-biological child because of the way you were treated if you had a non-biological situation. So really evaluate that, because they happen all the time. If you were to date someone or marry someone who had children, then you step into a place where you're raising children who are not biologically yours, but they're yours because you love this person. And because you love this person you're with, you love the children that come with them. And then you just learn each other. So there are many paths, and we naturally raise non-biological children in many different roles. Mentorship, teaching, step parenting. It already exists. So really think if you can take a child from birth through adulthood and really be there for that child. So guys, again, I thank you for joining me. I'm Brandon, a therapist. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. If you have any questions, you can reach me on Instagram at brandon.therapist. And make sure you follow me there also. We'll discuss more hot and heavy topics that can also help you during this infertility journey. So guys, again, I thank you for joining me. Till then, be blessed, peace and love.